4. Built examples. Award-winning designs arising from co-design workshops. The idea may sound utopian, but it's hard to argue with results. Simple communication, it seems, goes a long way toward building a sense of community and accomplishment. Years after a co-design project is finished, the legend of how it came to be lives on, and so does the spirit. Lynn Newman McDowell, Robson Square, Vancouver, British Columbia. The inception of this famous square brought wide public interest throughout a large metropolitan region of 2.5 million inhabitants. Political controversy flared around it. A new government proclaiming its intention to make the area a people place had recently unseated the incumbent government, which previously announced plans for a 50-story skyscraper on the site. Public groups began a clamor of ideas for the design of the place. One group invited us to conduct the public design workshop. It was held in Christ Church Cathedral, a half block from the site under consideration. The choice of location created more controversy because plans had been announced to demolish this much-loved old building. The press, television, and radio heralded the workshop and attended it in great numbers. The National Film Board of Canada filmed it, Chairs for Lovers, and new reports on the event were broadcast nationally. Political figures attended to give visible support to their intention to hear from the public. Protesters paraded with placards. Architects from a convention in a hotel across the street wandered around and participated. All known interest groups were presented. Schools in the immediate area and surrounding district had been visited in order to prepare the students for the workshop. Altogether, over 200 people participated in the two-day event, including a large number of children. Suggestions at the workshop included a skating rink with ice in the winter and a surface for roller skating in the summer, covered with a glazed dome, an open-air theater for the casual enjoyment of performances, an open-air restaurant with umbrellas, as well as a glazed roof for use in bad weather, a water fountain, and landscaped walks and seating under trees. Arthur Erickson, a nationally known Vancouver architect, developed a concept from the workshop input and displayed a concept in a special exhibition near the site. Erickson invited the viewers to comment on the design. From that, he produced an award-winning design demonstrating that great works can arise from public participation. Robson Square is now a place where adults and children can skate to loud music under a glazed dome, just as described by the workshop participants. Skating on top of the dome was also suggested, but the concept was too advanced technically for the architects to incorporate. In addition, stepped seats form a Greek theater where people sit as a casual audience for performers in the lower plaza. Besides that is an open-air cafe with umbrellas, a place to relax and watch the people walking by, a place to meet friends. Traffic sounds are muted by a large waterfall. The surrounding office towers are softened by landscaping, which contains paths to stroll along and chairs for romantic couples. False Creek Image Survey, Vancouver, British Columbia. 1,000 people participated in the design of Falls Creek, an award-winning residential development of 3,000 people on the waterfront of a sea inlet that borders the downtown peninsula of Vancouver. In the early 1970s, the city purchased the area, then an aging industrial waterfront. A citywide vote determined that the area would be residential commercial, and the local architect was commissioned to prepare a concept. In 1973, the city of Vancouver asked us to inquire into the public's preference for the design. We conducted an image survey with about 1,000 people over a 3-month summer period. The survey took place in a temporary park created on Falls Creek and in several public locations elsewhere in the city. An exhibition of the architectural study was displayed in the park. The images 75 by 7-inch prints of hand-drawn color illustrations depicting aspects of life in North America were handed to the participants. They each sorted through the pack in 3 stages. First, to select those activities that now formed part of their life. Second, to select from the reject pile those images that showed activities they would like to do. And third, to select those images that represented activities they could see themselves engaged at Falls Creek. The participants then discussed their preference for the design of the environment of Falls Creek in the same manner as described for the workshop. Each interview took approximately 1 hour. The collected results showed a preference for a naturally landscaped area surrounded by dense, low-scale housing, a cycling and pedestrian waterfront, and a market. This result contrasted with the previous architectural study, which had suggested a highly urbanized waterfront with high-rise development and a shopping mall. In addition, we conducted workshops with several housing cooperatives, with students and parents for the design of a school and playground, and with the community at large for the design of a community center on nearby Granville Island. The city proceeded with the design along the lines of image survey results, assembling a team of architects who designed an award-winning development. The park was so successful in its simulation of natural landscape that beavers migrated into the area and had to be removed after they downed several trees. The area is served commercially by small stores and the famed Granville Island Market. Cycling, selected as a co-design artist and children sketched the nucleus of the idea for the skating dome in Robson Square. Photo courtesy of the National Film Board of Canada. Chairs for lovers. Robson Square, Vancouver. The workshop ideas for roller skating come to fruition. Photo Celia King Bender. Cycling, selected as the top image by the public for Falls Creek, 1973, compare with the photograph of the Falls Creek waterfront opened in 1976. The Falls Creek cycle path, photo Celia King Bender. A farmer's market selected among the top 10 images by the public for Falls Creek, 1973. Compare with the photograph of the subsequent Granville Farmers Market, Falls Creek, opened in 1978. A drawing from the children's workshop. Compare with the completed children's play area. Children's play area full screen. Photo Stan King.